In our high school, a survey was conducted of 300 11 to 14-year-old students, and 59% of the students didn't feel the need to or bother going to libraries. This is mostly because of 3 reasons: not confident, not comfortable, often due to the thought that people will come up to talk to you, and not open when they can go.
But if we look at the reasons why people aren't interested, 60% of people that responded said they either weren't confident or they weren't comfortable in a library.
I think a lot of students don't like the idea of being talked to or asked questions about why they're entering the library, because I think they'll be quite self-conscious of what they're saying and probably wouldn't want to go again if they knew that was going to happen.
My favourite part of the library is seeing everybody in here at lunchtime. How we've got all different year groups using the library for different things. We have some students come in and do some quiet reading, we have some come in and play some board games, we have some who just like to come and sit and have a chat, we've got others who are doing their homework, and seeing what a popular place it is now is definitely my favourite part of the whole library. And a lot of students like to just come and have a little bit of downtime, and that's quite cool, and that's where some of the older lads like to come in and get their homework done with during the day so that they can go home and chill at night, so that makes it quite a cool place to be. And that's important because when students start to see their mates coming up and using the library to get their homework out of the way, then others start to follow suit. And also just having some beanbags that students enjoy sitting on and having a chill and being a bit relaxed about how they're using the space.
We're going on a road trip around the Isle of Wight to visit some of the different libraries available to the community and to see what they can offer to young people like us. Just down the road from our school, the Lord Louis Library was the first stop on our adventure. It's located right next to the bus station in the heart of town, which makes it a great central hub for the community to access. We were given a grand tour of the whole building. We got to see the huge children's section with a great variety of books and the brilliant teen space for young people to relax and chill, decorate with lots of homemade arts and crafts.
We were able to go to the back rooms of the library, and we also found moving bookshelves and even old copies dating back to the 18th century.
Without a doubt, the best part of the tour was when we were shown behind the scenes. We got to see how many more books the library has in its collection, but most importantly, we got to try out the moving shelves and feel like proper librarians. It was great.
They reserved it for me, so I went and got
well there you go, so your book would have come through this room here and been unpacked and sorted.
So now it's time to get hands-on. After a quick demonstration on how to use the camera and how to come up with interview questions, we're given the chance to film some footage for the documentary ourselves. Speak to staff who work there.
How old do you have to be to have a library card?
Oh, that's a really good question. Do you know you can have a library card from a tiny baby?
And how much is a library card?
Absolutely nothing. We are a free service, okay, so it doesn't cost you anything at all to join the library.
Well, thank you for answering our questions.
You're very welcome, lovely to see you all.
We learned you can take up to 30 books with a library card.
Reading makes me feel happy and it helps me get to sleep at night.
It's like being and seeing a different world, like one that your imagination can build. It just makes me feel nice and warm. I really like to read, and I think that's because of my autism, is where it stresses me out a lot. I feel like reading just brings me into another world.
It's a really lovely feeling because it's like you're getting transported into the life of that person. You get to feel what they feel and know what they know. And I think it's a really nice feeling, and it can really take you out of any situation, to be honest.
Next up on our list of libraries to visit was Cowes. Much like Newport, it was a big, open-plan building with 2 floors that felt spacious and relaxing. The staff had agreed to let us in early for a private look around, which felt amazing. With its unique museum and great layout, Cowes Library is another important lifeline to the local community in terms of accessing essential resources for free, such as books and internet. We got very immersed in the interactive parts of the museum and loved trying on the various costumes to transport us back into history.
This library, I think, is so unique because, one, it is an old Methodist church, so it's a very nice building. It's also connected to a lot of the history to do with the local area. So we have a museum out the back, the Cowes Maritime Museum. We also have a collection of books up on our balcony, all to do with the sea, boat building, lighthouses, anything maritime. But that's kind of our unique thing, that is we're connected to the sea. And lots of people come from all over the world to look at our book collection and go in the museum, especially during Cowes Week.
Here, we really got a chance to reflect on our own experiences of reading and visiting libraries, while also absorbing the sense of community and local history on display in the Maritime Museum.
I get to see all these amazing places. Like here, they have a special collection that no other library has. And I feel like it's just amazing to see all the work that people put into making them different and unique.
People think that the books are everything, but we also have free internet for people. We have lots of quiet space for people to come and study and work. We also have the warmer temperatures in the winter because we are a warm space. Being somewhere for people in the community who don't necessarily have a huge group of friends where they live, but a library is somewhere they could meet and make friends with new people through different groups. We have like games groups, Lego groups. Some libraries do a D&D group. Just finding the right things for each individual young person when they come in.
They have audiobooks, and the audiobooks you can listen to the book instead of actually reading them. So if someone can't read or find it hard to sit still and stuff, you could have your headphones on and you could be walking around town while taking in all the information or stuff that you need.
I think it's really great that they have all these activities on, but if I was to be in Newport, I wouldn't much hear about things here. And you know, I think it's quite nice because they'll have different things going on, and maybe to advertise that a little bit more around the island would be great.
If you haven't been there, Wight Library is a must-see location. Boasting a huge indoor space much like Cowes and Newport, this was a very impressive environment to be in. With an art exhibition upstairs, built-in community centre to help with locals, a whole host of clubs on offer, Wight was teaming up with opportunities for visitors. We were blown away with the amount of books on display and how much space was available to sit down, do your own thing. For some of us, it was a chance to get our very own library cards and use them for the first time.
This is my library card. I got my one from Ride literally today. I still need to put my parents' signature on the back though.
So you get it so that you can receive and borrow books.
I've literally been non-stop all day trying to figure out how to get myself a library card. I'm gonna go check out the brand new library card.
Second of January. There we go.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, enjoy.
What do you think is the importance of libraries to young children?
I think they are so important because the world is going more and more digitally online. Less and less people are reading in this day and age, and being able to get people engaged with books, or not even just books but graphic novels or TV series, and just being a safe space for people to come communicate and then be able to explore different interests that they have.
I love being in the library because you just get to relax, and it's usually a lot quieter than it is at your house.
Makes me feel nice and calm.
You don't have to talk to people, but if you do, there's wonderful people to talk to.
I think there's a lot of people who appreciate books just as much as I do, and I think that's just a really nice place to be and a really nice feeling.
You've made so much progress since I was last here.
I made a lot of progress.
I'm being sarcastic, there's literally no progress.
I know.
But it wasn't just us getting impressed by libraries, our teachers were overwhelmed with what was on offer too.
What struck me is the sheer variety, not just of the facilities, but how each library is its own unique contribution to the Isle of Wight community. There's such a fantastic resource on almost everyone's doorstep, completely free, open all year round. That's been the biggest realisation for me.
These students, probably like me, have only been to 1 or 2 libraries on the Isle of Wight, and this is my first time in Ryde Library, for example, and I've seen so many books I never knew existed, books that certainly aren't in my home library, and I will certainly be bringing my own children here.
What do you think the importance of libraries is to young children?
Very important. If it wasn't here, where would young children go if they needed to come and do something in the holidays and say perhaps staying at home wasn't a good choice for them? It's a safe place, it's a warm place, because we're also a warm space, which means if you wanted a cup of tea and you just come in off the street and say, oh, I could really do with a cup of tea and a sit down, we can do that for you. So that's why those sorts of things make libraries really important.
Is there anything you think that you could do to make libraries more popular in younger children?
I think one of the things we're trying to do is battle the misconception that we're quiet places. If libraries were a place where everyone had to be quiet, I would not have got the job and I would not be in the job. I would have been fired a long time ago.
Here you can just come into the library and do what you like, within reason. You can just come in and enjoy the facilities and make the most of them on your own terms, completely with your friends and your family. That's really unique, I think, to have a facility like that for free all year round. It's great.
There aren't enough hours in the day to visit 11 libraries, but before our road trip came to an end, we wanted to visit a library that was a lot smaller but no less important to the community. Shanklin Library is a vital part to the local town, but hugely different both in size and operation to the others we visited. Unlike Lord Louis Library, Cowes and Ryde, Shanklin is run by the town council rather than the Isle of Wight Council, and relies mostly on volunteers to keep it open. It's a cosy, small building, limited in what it can offer, but determined to keep providing services to the local population. The generous, welcoming staff also offer printing, puzzles, and computers. This building is a suitable place for absolutely everybody, no matter what age, and without it, the locals wouldn't have a library to use. We spoke to Maria, who oversees everything at Shanklin, and she told us that due to the limited space in the library and most of their regular visitors being older members of the public, the majority of the books they stock are crime novels, since these are the most popular among elderly people.
What is your favourite part about working as a librarian?
I think my favourite bit is no 2 days are the same. Like today, you've all come in here and it's been great. Every day's a different day and I don't get a chance to get bored, basically.
Easter library. Every library needs a Charlie.
Every library needs a Charlie, apparently.
What do you think the importance of libraries is to young people such as myself?
I wish more people, younger people like yourself, would come in and use libraries, but I don't think they are aware of what we have, what we can offer. So I've discussed this with many of my volunteers, and a lot of them are ex-teachers. I think children that are at secondary school have so much on their plates. It's about downtime, and unless you're a reader, it's down to an individual or down to somebody's parents. We have lots of young children come in, but we don't have people of your age coming in.
Although things were a little cramped with all of us piled in, it was great to see the variety in scale and the things to offer from different libraries around the island.
So what made you want to be involved in this project?
Well, not a lot of my friends like reading or books, and they find it quite boring, so I thought doing this was a way to maybe meet other people that share the same interests as me, and also I've never been to a library that's not Newport, so I thought that would be kind of cool.
I wanted to be involved because I like being on camera, and also I wanted to inspire people around the Isle of Wight to come to their local libraries.
A lot more people now go and just look on their phone and buy, perhaps buy a book on Amazon or anything like that, or read an ebook, and I think it's really important to have something you can actually hold and have contact with, and just pick up whenever. You don't have to sign in to read it. I think that's really special.
If you have a library near you, then you probably should use it, otherwise it'll probably not be here anymore.
I feel like when I'm in a library I could spend the entire day in here and that would be okay. It would be not a day wasted.
I think libraries don't have to be about books really, if you're not into that kind of thing. You can go there to be social, you can go there, they have reading clubs and different social events going on, different parts of the week and the year, and different activities for any ages, and it's just a really nice place to be.
They all share this common thread of wanting to be as welcoming to the whole of the community, whether you're preschool, at school, retired, anything in between. There's a real opening of a door that libraries can do to push your life chances forwards. You're made to feel really at home in every single one of them.
I don't really think it's something to be ashamed of if you go to a library.
Young people shouldn't be deterred from using their local libraries. Although their opening hours might need some adjusting to accommodate schools' timetables, these spaces are wonderful environments to shape your own needs. Distraction, escapism, comfort, warmth, quiet, fun, libraries are a blank canvas for you to write your own story. There's so much more on your doorstep waiting to welcome you and make you feel home.